afternoon to all our viewers. And quite fittingly, we began today with Rose by the Mighty Sparrow. Um, you know, sometimes they say art imitates life. So somehow, this Rose talk is a big talk, and a big talk long time. I mean, he was talking about Rose the person. But we have the item, and there's much controversy about it. Anyway, good afternoon to you, our listeners. Good afternoon to those of you who are to and from work, just grabbing that last shift before maybe tomorrow. Those of you who now getting sober. Good afternoon to you, those of you who now, tuning in today for the day. You've had a hectic morning. Good. And you are now getting organized. Some of you have been to how many events, and it's your cool down time. You're getting ready for another event tonight. You might be in the powder room. I don't know what you're doing. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the owners and operators of this great radio station, Mr. Neil IWER George himself, the water boss himself, and his family, his wife and kids, and by extension his workers, his staff. Good afternoon to you, and we want to say thank you, thank God for you, and we thank God for life. And we thank God for you, Mr. George, and your family, and the ability to share your platform. These platforms aren't cheap. You don't get them cheap, and nobody gives you their platform. But Mr. George has so graciously allowed us to share his platform, to engage you, the members of the public, into matters of state, matters of the heart, for us to have that discussion, that dialogue that society needs. Without that dialogue, you find that there might be avenues that might be clogged or remain clogged for dissent, avenues for expression, and we really thank Mr. George for sharing that opportunity with us. So, opposition leader praised Motley on election sweep, and we know that Barbados went to the polls yesterday and emerging victorious unanimously was incumbent Prime Minister Mia Motley. And we want to say congratulations to her and her party that swept. I think I saw 26-0 on the election results. And the public has spoken. Therefore, it seems that they have full confidence in her leadership. And that is a good thing, and we want to say congrats to the Barbadian public and the people who went out and vote and took part in the process and have made their mark. They've made their election and calling sure they have done what their civic duty is, and they have re-elected Prime Minister Mia Motley as their country's prime minister and leader. That is good. That is honorable. It shows that democracy is still alive and well in the Caribbean, apart from all different little tete-a-tetes that we will have. It is not a straight road. So we want to say congratulations to Mia Motley on her victory, and all the best to the people of Barbados. Back home, it's party time. It's party time. And Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar warned patrons to exercise vigilance throughout the duration of the carnival season and not to embarrass themselves as the two-day festivities approach. The Prime Minister issued a warning yesterday as she attended a 28th Superior's Katie's Carnival celebrations in Penal, telling those present to enjoy the season but to keep it clean and safe. I say to you, go forth, be brave, enjoy yourself, but do not just embarrass yourself and do not embarrass your loved ones. So at the end of the season, all of you would enjoy it, and there is nothing to be embarrassed about. Prasad Bisasa delivered brief greetings after taken to the stage at the Petrotrin Recreational Ground in Clark Road, Penal, crowned in yellow feathers headdress and waving a green flag. She turned up at the Siparia Women's Association hosted event to much fanfare, approached by several students to be photographed upon her arrival. At one point, she joined fellow ministers on stage dancing to Marshall Montano's Road March contender Encore. Give them performance. Speaking to the media after delivering remarks, she said that the government was always concerned about crime and added that the National Security Council planned to meet today to discuss the issue concerning crime during Carnival, and she said protective services were fully mobilized. A lot of people go to the beach, a lot of people go into Port of Spain, San Fernando for their Mass. All I can say is enjoy the season, enjoy weather on the beach or at home with your family, but be careful and be responsible in everything that you do. I wish for a safe season. So those are the words as echoed by the Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisasa, urging patrons and revelers and everyone alike not to overdo. Do not embarrass yourselves. There's life after Carnival. Have fun, but don't overdo. Do you agree with her? Caution. Do you think that we overdo? No, this is not politics here. This is Trinidad and Tobago, and this is reality. From what you've seen, from what you observe, are you of the opinion that yes, her cautions are in place? That is good caution. It is wisdom, because from what you have seen, some of us are bent on overdoing, and we use Carnival as an excuse to do things that we know just don't make sense. Sometimes it's not the winery and the revelry. Sometimes it's how you park, it's how you drive, it's how you drink. Things that you will not normally do. Your excuse is, this is Carnival, so what? Oh gosh, it's Carnival. Do you think as a people, as a nation, we have gone maybe veering towards the godly Archbishop Gordon reminds me all the time, is hedonism? Are we on hedonism street in our behavior, in our speech, in our conduct, in our dress? Yes, you enjoy yourself, but that enjoy yourself is in inverted commas. Most times, it's a very subjective thing. Sometimes there could be no barriers, no applied standards, no universal standards. And if we didn't think that that was possible, the issue with the tribe mass ban, which still continues, shows us that there's not one standard for everyone. There are varied standards and values that we adhere to in this Trinidad. Some things some people are appalled by, some people have no problems with. They have no problems with. So some people say that the cause to be also moral and spiritual at Carnival is actually moral convenience. and sexuality is the target, and morality must not be selective. Good? Carnival is not the crisis, the article says. Hypocrisy is. The danger is not in roses or revelry, but in the silence of those who claim moral authority while refusing to confront power. The selective outrage of moralists who thunder against pleasure but whisper against injustice in the real decay. Real morality must carry on thorns as well as petals. It must be willing to prick power, not just perfume the air with easy commendations. Without that edge, it is nothing more than roses without thorns. Fragile theater, not morality, but masquerade. So that is another view. That is another view. And that other view says that we've been hypocrites. We've been hypocrites. We are hypocrites to ourselves. We have selective morality. After Carnival, the same thing goes on, maybe in some shows, concerts all around. But we somehow expect high standards at Carnival. You tell me. The number to call is 342-0081-466-5391. Do you agree with the Prime Minister's caution? Do you agree with the Prime Minister's cautions for us not to embarrass ourselves? For us to show restraint? Is anything in Carnival about restraint? You tell me. Or is that nice words to something that is largely, not everyone, because we don't want to generalize, it is largely hedonistic in nature. That is just the nature of the thing. That's how it is. Is that the truth of what Carnival has become today in 2026? Is that the truth? The number to call is 342-0081-466-5391. Do you heed the Prime Minister's call, or is the horse bolted already? Is the horse gone? Has the horse bolted? Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Ronaldo.
Good afternoon, sire.
The Carnival Thursday, tomorrow Ash Wednesday. I had the Prime Minister talk to the nation and to the nation. Don't go there and drink and get to know this kind of vocals, we and all kind of thing. Actually, she further talked just a little bit. You see little bit conduct by the had last night down there? You know little bit?
I know exactly what you're referring to, sir. Go ahead.
Well, should I talk to them who wrong she there? Because them set an example. Hey, them get to none, so. They got to take away the population to get to know.
Yes.
So that's start from the head, then.
Yes.
So little bit, I hope you revive and catch back yourself.
No problem. The number to call 342-0081-466-5391. The Prime Minister has called on citizens to have fun but not embarrass themselves. Have fun but not embarrass yourselves. Is that possible? Is it achievable? Is it that is just a lot of nice wishful thinking, do you think, from what you have seen? Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Grant.
Yes, I want to talk because I am hearing how people is talking about Mr. Padara plenty. Now, I know the whole family, he didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
But he may be gone and just maybe take one drink, he a curse. He a disrespect young girls. He a disrespect nobody. Under the influence of the alcohol, he calling the minister to compliment her for the good work she did. So he calling Jilly John, and somebody else. Yeah, why not a young girl? He cursed nobody. He didn't steal nothing. He rushed nobody to hit them. But he should not drink to that for me. He did nothing wrong. Because when our Prime Minister went to the Southland and wind down them, wind on the young girls, it was, he did something too. When he went to Venezuela and he danced some wind up, he did something too, right? So he could have control. That is what I said on another show this morning. Self-control. Control the mind, and the mind does control the senses. And if you cannot control the mind and the senses, do yoga. Do the type of yoga to control it. For me, as a minister in the government, he should not have drink so much. He could have said the same thing without being high. He did nothing wrong to nobody. But for me, it was a little embarrassing because you have a right to control yourself, not to drink so much to go to talk on the stage. That is with me, frankly speaking. But he did not offend nobody. He did not wrong. He did it himself. So he should examine himself next time. Do not drink. I mean, if you see carnival and you want to drink, why drink so? Why ever blaming carnival? Accident, driving hard, according to you, over drinking. Why ever can't control yourself? Eh? So that is the contribution I have to say. So all them want to call to condemn him. He's not condemned. He has to correct himself not to drink to that again. Because let me tell you something. He and when I entered a restaurant to eat after the cricket, that worries people. Why they can't go to? He's not begging. He's not asking. He's not putting nobody to shame. He shamed himself because he will not drink. That's my contribution. He drank too much and he had no right to have himself drink so to talk these things. But you had disrespect nobody, but next time, catch yourself and control yourself. But you don't beg on radio station. Now go on, thank you.
Thank you. The number to call is 342-0081-4665-391. How do you receive the call of restraint and sobriety amidst the carnival? Do not do anything to embarrass yourself. Do you agree that it was a call in good taste, and you agree and you think that it's also possible that we could have fun and conduct ourselves better? Or you have the view that, listen to me, this is too little too late. The horse bolt till the horse big. The horse bolt, race done, everything. We are where we are when it concerns carnival in Trinidad and Tobago. It is not going to be held back. From what you have observed, from what you have seen on the media, social media, from what you have heard of the music, the lyrics, and again, not all, we're not making a generalization here today. But do you feel that this is a little too late as a society? Is it a little too late as a society? Have we already descended into that pit? So while calls for restraint and sobriety might be nice in jest, in truth and in fact, it can't help us. We can't recover. Is that your opinion? Or do you support the Prime Minister in her call for us to have fun, do what we want, do what we like, and enjoy the season, but do not embarrass ourselves and our loved ones? And I want to underline that it's not just about you when you go out there. It is about you and your loved ones. The Prime Minister has asked that we do not embarrass ourselves and our loved ones. The number to call is 342-0081-4665-391. Call me and tell me from what you have observed, from what you have seen, what you have noticed about. You know, you may have had an opinion over the years. You may have been watching what Jason Gordon Bishop, Archbishop, talks about the decay, the constant decay. You've been saying that. Or you have the view, listen to me. This was so in my time, we maybe just had mini skirt, now it's different. It's just a different, it's the same thing in a different form, and this is part of it. It's not going to get, people are not going to square dance at a fete. You know, nobody's going to do the tango and the cha-cha-cha and the three-step. It is the nature of revelry. The nature of the thing is the thing itself. And it is quite foolhardy to look at carnival through the glasses of morality and all these other things. It is what it is. This is not, it's not Sunday school. It was never that. Some people carry to different extents, and that is not something you can legislate. You call me 342-008-14665-391. Do you submit the prime? Do you support the Prime Minister's call to do not embarrass yourself and your loved ones, or, in your view, it is what it is, Madam PM? It is what it is. As a matter of fact, when some people look back at the embarrassment moments, it creates laughter. I mean, not everyone survives these moments, but part of the festivities suggests that you just create moments. You fall down. Yes, you fall down. Yes, you got locked in the toilet. Yes. Yes, you threw up. Yes. And what people might be looking at as embarrassing, you actually have no shame. You actually, that was used to go. Yeah, I remember in 89 when this happened, and in 94, and you have a lot of stories that you, in reflection, at the moment it was embarrassing, but in reflection, you count it all as experiences in life. Is that your view? Call me on the Third Empire 3420081. Good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think he should have known better, but he's young. There's no excuse. But I'm thinking back how I used to be, and you see, drinking alcohol, it is kicking through. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing. You know, when you're young, you just try to outdo each other. And as a minister, I think he should have been able to control. Somebody should have, you know. Like if I was nearby, I would have taken the classrooms and tell him, come sit down, sit down. But like you have no friends. You understand what I'm saying? And then they don't know who's setting them up. You know, they have my thing, and they always have their eye on you, kind of thing. Everybody trying to outdo each other. I'm not making excuse, but I was the young one, and I did all those things. Imagine you're freaking out and you're on your foot, and you're going still kind of a line, you know. You ever experienced that? You're jumping in the band, you know. Sometimes you're jumping in the wrong band too. Believe me, I did all those things. So, judging, I don't know how old this person is, but seemed to be young. At the beginning, I saw the little fancy dance and I said, what? The boy game. But there was. Everybody, you know, deserves a chance, a second chance. Okay then, God bless.
Okay, caller. I appreciate your comments. Call me on 342-008-14665-391. What are the boundaries? Who determine these boundaries of behavior and moral code and moral ethics? Is this something, the standards? Where do you get a book on how to behave for carnival? You understand? How do you determine what is too much? What is it? Is it just the nature of the thing? What we call embarrassment, some people call fun. When you hear some of those young people, You know, I mean, some definitely go above and beyond. But it's a laughable moment. Did you do some of those things when you were young? When you went to these fete playing, you know, they have a song say the rum tells you is a big dancer. Did you do some of that? Did you have some of those moments that you look back? But today's a very different society. Today's a very literature society. It's a very monitored society. Things are interlinked. Social media. And the things on social media live on. So maybe there is a good reason why there should be behavioral change. But my question to you is, isn't some of the things we do just part of the things we do? Good afternoon, caller. Okay, I lost that call. Number to call is 342-008-1466-5391. How do you view the Prime Minister's comments and calls for restraint and don't embarrass yourself? I figure some people set out to do quite the opposite. And they see nothing wrong with it. Do we grow a conscience during Carnival? Do we? Do we see such immorality in dress that when we are not dressed like that, we can't see immorality? So then we're blinded by what we see. And do we call for the same moral rectitude and all these things when it's not Carnival? Do we make the same calls? Good behavior and embarrassment. Does it really have to be Carnival? Aren't some sober people an embarrassment as well with the things they say? Politicians, businessmen, people alike, parents, children. Is it a Carnival thing? And that was what one of the articles was saying. One of the articles argued just that. That it's a convenient morality that we practice. A convenient morality that we practice over the years. When, in truth and in fact, if we are honest, the nature of the thing is the nature of the thing. You ever see school children jump up? Nobody taught them that. Sometimes the little toddlers and they have it. Where they learn that from? Where did they learn that? So, while it might be easy to call for restraint, I don't know. Personal choice. Yes, maybe the call to restraint is made in good conscience. But is that part of Carnival? Isn't Carnival quite the opposite? Isn't Carnival the time you don't want to have any restraints? Isn't Carnival the time you don't want to have any inhibitions? No, we're not saying that there might be lifelong consequences. Good. They say you play foolish games, you win foolish prizes. However, you be truthful to yourself. What is the nature of this thing that we indulge in? What are the offsprings of it? What has it always been? Is it true that we had a clean Carnival in years gone by, so Carnival reached dirty? It reached stink and dirty because Carnival was clean? Why? Because people wore more clothes? And is that true? Was Carnival cleaner in those days? And it has descended into decay? Or are we comparing different times and eras in society? where people look different and even dress different. You can't expect them like in the 70s to dress like in the 2026. But there may be similarities. Even if those similarities are similar differences. Even if those similarities are similar differences. Call me on 3420081 4665391. Do you agree with the Prime Minister's call? Do not embarrass yourself or your loved ones. You call me and tell me. 3420081. Members of the Pavilion. 4665391. Do you agree with the Prime Minister's call? At a time like this, when we use words like misbehave, we come out to misbehave. I thought that was the point of the whole thing. We come out to get on bad. I don't understand what you're telling me. We come out to mash up the place. We're going right down till it's done. We pretend like we have no behavior. What messages are we, what are we trying to say? Or who are we trying to be? Are we confused? Are we confused or are we afraid of what's within? Call me on 3420081 4665391. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago has called for restraint. Have fun, but don't embarrass yourself and your loved ones. What do you understand by that statement? You make sense of it for me. You interpret it. You interpret it. You tell me what you think it says, what you understand by it, if it's even possible at all. Are we just using nice words to describe something that is by nature very, very hedonistic, to use a better word, or for want of a better word? Isn't the nature of the thing just as we see it? Yes, it has evolved. Yes, it's different from 85, and 85 is different from 72, and 72 is different from 62. Yes, it's different. 99 is different from 89, and yes, it's different. Is it what it is? Are we just, I know some of you are, getting up. The Prime Minister has said, have fun, but do not embarrass yourself and your loved ones. What do you make of that statement? We are under 2 minutes heading to a break. So I would want us to think about that statement as we head to a break soon. And when we come back, I want you to explain it to me in your own words, from your own experience. What is she saying? Is it just lofty words? Is it just lofty words? Let's be nice to each other. Isn't part of Carnival Bacchanal? We say that all the time. What does Bacchanal mean? We need to be careful and be clear on what messages we're sending. And sometimes I know we use words sarcastically, but caller, there's 1 minute to go. I'm afraid to answer because I'll have to cut you off. So please call back after the break. I'm seeing you calling, but We just couple seconds to go to the break. So as soon as we come back, I will take the calls again, caller. I will take the calls as soon as we come back from this break, and you will tell me what you understand by don't embarrass yourself. You will tell me by what you understand and whether you think that is achievable in some way or another, or is that not the antithesis of carnival? Isn't it quite the opposite of what we do every day in the party, in the fete, and then we go home and we forget all about it until next carnival? Join me after the break for more.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Calling all mass lovers, the ultimate carnival experience is here. The world-renowned Senior Parade of Bands. On Carnival Monday from 11 a.m. and Carnival Tuesday from 8 a.m. Watch thousands of masqueraders revel in color, energy, and glory across the big stage. The Queen's Park Savannah will come alive with the passion of our people and the rhythm of our culture. Grandstand general seating, $150 for access on both days. North Stand free on Monday and just $50 on Tuesday. Available at the Grandstand ticket booth, online at islandetickets.com and the NCC office, Victoria Square, Port of Spain. For more info, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call 622-1670. Senior Parade of Bands 2026, presented by the NCC, supported by Mackeson, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines. The Canboulay riots of 1881 changed the future of mass forever. Freed from the chains, our spirits soared high. Now experience the roots of our culture, where rhythm meets resistance, where drama meets history, where song tells the story of a people. Join us for the reenactment of the Canboulay riots. Friday, 13 December from 4 a.m. at Piccadilly Greens, Port of Spain. Canboulay, a powerful tribute to the heritage of Carnival, free to all. For more information, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call us at 622-1670. This event is proudly presented by the NCC, supported by Mackeson, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
Man, I went by the ATM to get some cash and the machine saying insufficient funds. I sure I have money in my account.
Boy, that happened to me already. Here what to do. Make a report to your bank. But if you're still not satisfied with how they're dealing with it, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman. Let me text you now.
If you want to resolve a complaint with your bank, non-bank financial institution, or insurance company, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
The tradition, the detail, the dedication. This carnival, the masters of mass take center stage at the Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, where artistry meets imagination and every costume is handcrafted to perfection, telling powerful stories through color, texture, and movement. Join us at Victoria Square, Port of Spain on Thursday, 12 February from 7 p.m. Experience the magic of conventional mass. Bring the family and witness the spectacle. It's free to all. For more information, follow ttcarnival365.com on Instagram or call 622-1670. The Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, presented by the NCC, supported by Mackeson, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
One night, infinite memories. On Thursday, February 19th, the legends and the future legends of Calypso meet on one stage at Napa. Showtime 7 p.m. sharp. Feel the power of Sugar Aloes and Gypsy, the energy of Sherwayne Winchester and Young Brother, the passion of Tazea O'Connor and Chuck Gordon. Get ready for Dwayne O'Connor, Devon Sear, Lady Adana, Ainsley King, Nicholas Lucas, Rondell Donald, Sheldon Reed, Lil Bits, Zachary Ransom, Anselm Douglas, and Terry Lyle. All backed by Oral Rodriguez and the Razor Sharp Band. Hosted by Sonny Bling and Damon Melville. Celebrating the legacy of Baron. The Baron. Admission just $200. Get your tickets now at the Trinity Shop in Trent City, C3 Mall in San Fernando, and Excellence City Mall. For more information, call 755-2915 or 723-4011. Get ready for Barron's Infinity Concert 2. One night, infinite memories.
Courtesy the Marshall Montano Foundation and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development.
After Carnival, TNT, the show you all been waiting for. Laugh till your belly busts. In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited, 28th of February at Napa, Port of Spain. Showtime, 8 p.m. sharp. Come see the funniest guys on the planet and the man who took social media by storm, Victor St. Louis, a.k.a. Pelp.
You know, things so hard right now in Trinidad. You know, a store in town, no fire, 2 mannequin.
All his funny friends. Kenneth Sipasa, the greatest story time teller ever. Shaquille, Louis Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint.
Okay, me you know, first it's so expensive. I went and priced a plate there. You know, they're telling me $10,000 for a plate. I say, oh, there are no sauces.
And Paniska is back.
Stop it, honey. Don't bring out the dog in me, you know. I better scrape here.
Get those tickets now. Ronnie and Caro, Mascap, Marava Road, Port of Spain, Bruce Bar, St. Augustine, and IslandEtickets.com. For ticket hotlines, call 278-5892, 316-0814, 382-9986. Laugh till your belly busts.
Welcome to Reggae Brunch Tobago. Sunday, 22nd February, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Vibes Event Space, featuring the best in old school dancehall and conscious reggae music. Reggae Brunch Tobago. Dress floral for the food inclusive. Bring your coolers event you do not want to miss. With breakfast, lunch, snacks, and for dessert, one of the sweetest voices in TNT. Reggae Brunch Tobago, welcome, Jam Melody. Jam Melody. Tickets available exclusively at Cache Nationwide, La Cantina Crown Point, Nejon's Bar on the Esplanade Scarborough, Queens 300 and Kings 350. Powered by 420 The Rebel, Campari, and Reggae on the Radio.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and woman and woman and rum and woman and woman and rum and woman and woman and woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I got the innocent. All when I jump in with the friend. I got the innocent.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming. 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall and Trent City Mall. 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue. 519 Restaurant C3 Center. Woodford Cafe Chagonis. Fairways Tobago. And online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Boise X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in we
option for a chance to break away with bigger playway prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the playway breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the playway breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
What are you doing? It's a Crunchnival with the baddest booking. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. This steam finger licking. It's a Crunchnival with KFC, chicken.
You know it's Crunch Nival at KFC.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake roti and doubles too, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
Is a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. With crispy KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC, crunch twist, crunch twist. None of them, they don't make them like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we're back. And joining me today, because she is not stranded by the pool, nor is she in ambush, nor was she at Stink and Dirty with Senior Matheson.
Good afternoon, Ronaldo.
Good afternoon,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Somewhere, and I know a certain caller. Caller, you could call today, eh?
Mr. Sandy Ford, you could call.
Whole week he calling for Dr. Sandy Ford. Good. Whole week I said, listen, she's not here. Why are you calling the station? He said he calling to make a contribution. Caller, we have 2 minutes before we go to a break. Let me take you now. Good afternoon, caller. No, caller, call back. I said I will take you. I said I can take you. You could comment. 2 minutes is good time. So we have these breaks because of the season. It will all be gone shortly.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So maybe you could call back after the break. It's just in 2 minutes. So the Prime Minister has called for sobriety and restraint. Don't embarrass yourself. Have fun, but don't embarrass yourself. So I've asked the public if that's really possible. Given the nature of the thing and the nature of the thing, if you're in it, you're in it.
That's
out.
right. That's right.
Some people go to extreme, but I think the nature of the thing is a bacchanal thing.
That's
thing,
right. It's a free yourself thing.
That is what I see it as, but not saying that you have to go to all ends. But could you wine decent and then wine? If you understand, we made that distinction. Is that practical? There's no two-step. It's carnival, and I think the nature of it is some people set out to outdo.
Yeah.
You know? So
I mean, depending on the event you go to, because I mean, at Lime, and you ain't go to me.
I
doubt you go get that kind of behavior there.
Okay,
you know,
right.
And the all-inclusives, they have a different crowd.
Yeah.
But generally, carnival is a wild man thing. I understand it to be
I understand that to be true. Again, it is not saying that you go to the extremes.
Yeah.
But I think that period is normally associated with a period of abandonment.
Yeah.
Where your standards, you're sitting a little different. You know, normally you ain't approaching no fella.
Yeah. Yeah.
But carnival, you see a nice guy, you're going up and you're whining him and
it's normal, it's just a wine.
normal. You know what I mean?
It's on a normal day.
So to have these hang-ups.
Yeah. Yeah.
For carnival, I'm not too sure. Caller, we now going to a break. Your two callers, I'm now seeing you. As soon as we come back, please call. We're going to a break. I don't want to have to cut you all off. And we will discuss it. Okay? We're going to a break. We're 10 seconds off. And please call us after the break and let's discuss what the Prime Minister has called for. Do not embarrass yourself and your loved ones.
Clear the way and turn the volume up to the max. It's time for the Soca Pick of the Day, sponsored by NLCB.
You just move it too fast, slow down. What are you doing? You just move it too fast, slow down. You just move it too fast, 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 fast. I wanna go out drink your glass, slow down. Right back there, get tired. Oh, lady, whining up, right there behind the truck. It's vibes and gal non-stop. But driver, why you move it so fast, slow down?
Driver, hold on. Let me stop right here. I want to see the girl there. Why now?
Right by the truck. How you make it start up? Fling that thing, then start back it up. Tell the driver, I say slow down. You see the gal, then put it on a show down, gal drop. Now bring it back up. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle and stop. In your costume, gal, you look so hot. Let me see your back. Then when you drop, roll up, now gal start. Wine, pan it, pan ya. Climb, pan it, pan ya. Know your body good. Know your body groove. Wine, pan it, pan ya. Climb, pan it, pan ya. Know your body good. Know your body groove. Oh, lady, whining up. Right there behind the truck. It's vibes and gal non-stop. But driver, why you move it so fast? Slow down.
But driver, you ain't see the girls and them what they call it breather. The girls and them on the steam.
Hey, everybody take a breather. Bounce on the spot, take a breather. I tell the driver to slow it down, but yet still the man going speeder. She whine fast like a teeter. She try to keep up with the meter. The girl them want get on real, real bad, but the driver like he can't see that. So make it start bounce and jiggle. You and your friend right there in the middle. I bet you could bend, 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 bend. Girl, I bet you could bounce and dribble. Your body hot, pasties, but the nipple. Will you see love ride bicycle? Girl set up for the ride and the money and climb. Come and know you love action and oh, lady, whining up. Right there behind the truck. It's vibes and gal non-stop. But driver, why you move it so fast? Slow down.
Driver, hold on. Let me stop right here. I want to see the girl there. Why now?
No gal start. Wine, pan it, pan ya. Climb, pan it, pan ya. Know your body good. Know your body groove. Wine, pan it, pan ya. Climb, pan it, pan ya. Know your body good. Know your body groove. Oh, you bad. Oh, you bad. Oh, you bad. Don't like driver playing mad too. Yeah, you bad. 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 But like the driver playing mad.
And that is your Soca Pick of the Day. Keep it locked right here for more of the biggest hits and the sweetest vibes, sponsored by NLCB.
Breakaway. Play away. 1, 2, breakaway. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away breakaway. We fighting hard and we betting hard in the play away breakaway. It's bacchanal in the play away breakaway. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base. 130 to 1 with the Juve ball. 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball. And 150 to 1 with the Soca ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play away prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away breakaway. We fighting hard and we betting hard in the play away breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
And we're back. So you tell me, where do we find this decent carnival? Where is the decent carnival? I mean, I have seen extremities in dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then at times I had to pinch myself and say, this is what it is, you know. Somehow we feel that there's an imaginary line out there.
Correct.
And people are seeing this line. But that too,
Correct.
that doesn't exist.
To me, not with alcohol. Especially not with alcohol.
Yes, you see things differently. People see things differently. So call me, callers. You were calling just now, 3420081. Yes, we have our caller. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Sorry.
Good afternoon. Sorry. Good afternoon. I'm trying to get this thing down. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just now. All right. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon,
Third
ma'am.
Empire.
Yes.
And the lady.
Good afternoon.
There. I didn't really hear the Prime Minister, but I heard you were saying that she said, don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself.
Don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass your loved ones.
Yeah.
Have fun, but don't embarrass yourself.
So I could have, I'm not understanding the don't embarrass yourself, but what is the meaning of carnival?
Good question.
What is the meaning? Now remember, don't know, so that's why I'm asking a question, because I'm not a carnival person, but I know carnival is about freeing up yourself, permission to mash up the place, wine, woman, and song. That is the meaning, and then you also honoring, I think it's some Bacchus, that's why they call it Bacchanal, because I don't know who Bacchus is, you'll have to educate me. Or Bacchus is what it is, but I think it's some devil, some very bad and evil thing to me. I don't know, I got it wrong. That is the meaning, that is the genesis of carnival. So how come the Prime Minister is not to say a foreigner, I might forgive a foreigner because they might have different views, that you born and grow and live years of bacchanalia, whining, and you can't tell me you didn't see it on TV, because that is one place I see it. If I see it, because I don't go anywhere, but I see it on television. It's there for man, woman, and child, baby to see who is watching the TV. If it's TV is on and it's a carnival parade, or for years you see people whining on the thing, vomiting on themselves in drains. And so, I mean, don't embarrass yourself. You have to free up that is the meaning. You free up yourself, you feel good. You know, permission, as I say, as some Calypsonians say, is permission to do something. All I know is, if you don't want to be embarrassed, or you turn away, or you look away, or you do like my family, go by a seaside, go by, Toco or Blanchard's away from the maddening crowd. I just don't understand. If I heard what the Prime Minister said, I probably might understand it more, but no way could I understand carnival with not bacchanalia. And I'm free enough to do what you want. Give way to the flesh. Yeah, you have to do every and anything that immoral you could think of. And that is why 9 months after, the hospitals usually be flooded with newborn babes. And that's a fact. Right? Because 9 months after, they give away even a person who probably wouldn't give away. And then everybody getting on like, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Mother of God. Why? What's the pretense about? What is the pretense about? What are you pretending? Why are you pretending? It is what it is. You might not like it. I'm not saying you have to like it, or because I tell you I'm not part of it, but the people is there enjoying themselves. And in this life, one of the first things you know is that you're supposed to be happy. What makes you happy? So whatever makes the people or you or fellow masquerader happy, that's their God-given gift to be happy. And if to be happy is that, you understand? I can't judge anybody or tell them they mustn't be happy. So I don't understand the embarrass yourself. So could you tell me what embarrass yourself mean?
Well, I'm not too
What do you
sure
think it means?
either, caller, because that is quite a subjective view, and from what I observe, that is what people set out to do. And they have no shame.
Well, but how you mean embarrass? Yes, but how you mean, but that means you do not embarrass yourself, you're feeling happy. If the people skin up with it, the whole anatomy outside or looking at the world, right? And it's there for everybody to see. You cannot be embarrassed. Probably people may be embarrassed, but you can't be embarrassed when it's you doing it. I can't understand embarrass yourself. The person are quite happy and feeling good.
Caller, I think she is speaking to, you know, the after effects of it. When you look back at pictures and videos and see yourself on the ground, can't catch yourself, you know, that level of embarrassment and regret that comes after. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Yeah.
But they wouldn't be embarrassed when I said
not in the
embarrassed
moment.
when they're doing it. No, but when you see it after, you would not be embarrassed if you say, what? I can't wait for next year. I didn't skin that soap. Wait. It's me? How, like I losing it? I supposed to open and grind. I mean, what are you telling me? Why are you all doing like it's Jesus Christ? You're like a church assembly looking back at something they did. That is people. That's what they want to and that's what they like. If I'm skinning, doing what it is, I'm happy then. When I see a picture, I'll be laughing. I'll be putting it on whatever and framing it. Probably that's my picture. Yeah. That is my look.
And she's right, because there are people who do that.
And caller, I said the same thing because we've had an issue whole week dealing with the tribe band who gave sex toys.
Yeah.
And the bishop was saying we are descending into morality, immorality, and hedonism, and we will have to pull back the guardrails. And that sounds good.
Yep.
But this ban is catering for a market.
That's correct.
It's, you know.
No, but besides, General, besides the market, how you mean that feel good? Listen to me. A sex toy is like saying a pot spoon when you're cooking. A sex toy is a part of nature. Why people getting on like sex is bad? That is in the Bible. That was God give you that and say, go forth and multiply. That's your body. You're supposed to please your body, your whatever, and that is personal. I'm not saying everybody do that, but that is personal. That is like a person don't like the face. So why people just put on all that makeup and eyebrow pens? Because they want the eyebrows to look bigger. So if you have a sex toy, it's a normal, is that like a basketballer having, so how could you play basketball without a basketball? A sex toy is when you are playing with your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend or whatever, and in your way, and some people play outside and people play in the open. So people have sex toys and there are sex stores that you could go and buy your sex toy. It is a matter of what you want. It's your pleasure. A man mightn't be professional, mightn't be loaded. A man mightn't be, his tool might not be heavy or whatever, how you want it. And you have help. You know, that is to enhance your sex life, and that is personal. I don't know where the Archbishop gets into that. He have to stick to the young boys in church who are being molested by the priest. That would be a big topic to me for him. Where he reached sex toy. A sex toy is your personal business, what you do with your wife, and that is a part of enhancing sex. Like people don't understand what I think it is. I tell you again, it's the hypocrisy. Everybody is Hail Mary full of grace. Why you have to play like it's so pretense of and I good? And as you say, it sound good. What sound good? It sound nice to the people who want it. People who enhancing the marriage or the union or whatever. What do you think a sex toy is? It was some vibrator or something, and that isn't being only used by women. It's used by the men too, because he could enhance his wife with it. I don't know why people are not educated. People are not sexually educated, politically educated at all. They hear something and they get frightened. I don't understand that. That is a norm. That is norm. It might be norm to you. It might be norm, but that's personal. When I mean norm, it is not there like in the shop, how you go and buy a pound of sugar, right? It is what you like in the world. It has a place for that. You could get your stuff, whatever you want to buy. You personally, you go and buy. That's your business. So if the people 18 years and over got that in the bag, they know if all this going on, anybody spoke to the head of tribe?
Yes, they did.
I find things like did they bring it to right? The head of tribe and other people should have a debate and say, well, what do you think? You think it's a good idea? And why it is, and so on, so. And that is just thinking. That is not blaming or judging anybody. Just have a common debate. Everybody's right and wrong, and everybody want to tell you again, Hail Mary, fill of God, I don't know. And here where they putting it, you talking about in carnival. Now, if it popped up somewhere else, I don't mind. In the middle of school, they give you that in a school party. Well, right. You know, probably might want to make a fuss about that. In carnival, where everything goes, and to adults, I see such lewd things to me normally, and that I never hear nobody bring up that the Archbishop never spoke about that. Some of the things I see and probably I kind of squeamish, and so it might, you know. I don't know, boy. Trinidad and Cap Limited did that dumb, but anyway.
All right,
thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Well, I did learn a lot from that short conversation. I wrote down some things.
She sure shared.
You
shared a lot.
There are a lot of us, there are others who know. All right, caller, she here. She here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ronaldo. Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sandiford.
Yes, how are you? Well, I listened to that caller.
You should have seen our faces in here like, mother. All right now.
But let me be real, a lot of these women and them already have a bouquet of that already.
Right.
So this is just one more to add to it.
Right.
Let me be real. This carnival, what percentage of people play carnival in Trinidad? 15-20%? How many vulgar videos does be circulating after carnival? 10,000? 20,000? They might have maybe about 10 or 15. And I see loose ones on them. The people on them now going and take this and go and jump up in the road with it. This is just a marketing strategy. This is something that everybody uses. We need 2026 technology and all that. The only thing they didn't make it is solar charge. They still have to plug it in. But we jumping up with this thing like we don't know what's going on. Every device you have in your hand, even a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old could see this thing everywhere it's exposed. Sometimes you will go on a site and this is just pop up. And you understand? So the song does go, a woman and a woman and a woman and a rum. Well, there's a rose and a rose and a rose and a rum. I can't behave myself. And that is what they want to sing. The Trinidad people is a decent people. We like to party, we like to enjoy ourselves. It are no devil hunting in this. It's years it's happening, and Trinidad was one of the best country in the world, blessed with money and wealth. So if Carnival was so evil, we would never be blessed. How much money passed through here? How much wealth? So Carnival was never about our spirit. People are not going to embarrass themselves because they could lose their job, they could lose their family, they could lose so many. You think people go get so totally intoxicated and do these nonsense? Because these toys existence a long while now. They used to sell it in Trinidad, they have place selling it in Trinidad. So you think people not ordering it? I know if you go through somebody's history in Amazon, you see plenty of them order. And the only thing that was disrespectful with this whole scenario is that before anybody say anything, they should have had a press conference with tribe leaders, bring at least about 10 people, women, young ladies who play in the band, and let me hear the opinion on it before we jump out of proportion, because I pay 10,000 and 20,000 for a costume and I get some in my package. I know vex, but I would not bring it out in the road, you understand? And there's a lot of people need a package because they're very hungry. So I think they need a package to help themselves, you know what I mean? So let people just be, I Look over here in America, you know everything is being exposed. How much people is being vulgar in the road and they just have videos circulating and going viral?
Wow.
Maybe about 5, 6 for the whole season. We are responsible people. We just like to party and have our time. So as I say, I rose and I rose and I rose and I rum. I can't behave myself. All right, guys, look on this.
Thank you.
You get in trouble. All right, you go ahead.
You know, somebody was saying to me today that they noticeably they didn't hear from the interreligious organization about that.
Yes, they did.
They said anything?
They said something about it. I'll find the article shortly. Good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Lady and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I will deal with the Archbishop after.
Right.
I want to deal with your first female caller.
Right.
She said, what you're feeling shame for. Why would you feel embarrassed after the fact when, the way you behave for Carnival? Right. Let me tell you, a lot of people, what they do on Carnival Day or in fact, they're not doing it normal. I was looking, I think it was Marshall's concert, and there were some young ladies. They were dressed, it was either Marshall concert or the heliport. I think it was Marshall, was Stink and Dirty.
Right.
Right, was Stink and Dirty. Sorry, Marshall. And they had on, well, what we did see Monday and Tuesday, bikini. Right? Okay, heliport is by the sea and whatever. And I was watching how these young ladies were just gyrating on each other. It had one, she was behaving like she's a male. You know, how a male will come up behind a woman.
Yeah.
And I saying, what the hell is this? Because all the party, and I party, Lions and John, PSC, then, you know, you start going house party. And I have never seen women gyrate on the next woman and a woman on a party, in a party. So because we did say it Carnival Day, Monday and Tuesday, but I just couldn't comprehend why is she gyrating on this. I start to think, well, maybe they are lesbians. Because why would you be, I tell you, and the cameraman so wicked that to say, like how did they say to the police? The cameraman was just focusing on these two women, fair skin, what we will call Trinidad white. And I say, Lord have mercy. But, you know what? You wasn't seeing their face. Because the cameraman, I don't know, he couldn't get an angle. So we were just seeing the body. The person in front, you wasn't seeing her face. The one who was gyrating, you wasn't seeing her face. And I'm saying, and if they go to a party next month, you will never see them two behave like that. Never. And I go to parties. No man ain't coming and jamming behind me because people say, oh, you see a nice, I think as you said it just now, you see a nice guy, and if I don't know you, why I go and jam on you? I don't know if you come with your woman or what. And no man is coming and jamming on me in a fete I don't know you. Right? I was just in a party last night. We had a Vale reunion. And all who we grew up with, we just have this party every Wednesday before Carnival. And it's people you grew up with and everybody come and, as they say, you take a wine. It's somebody you know. But me see nobody was jamming on the next female. This is unbelievable. So those two in that Stink and Dirty, if they had shown their faces, and their friends, co-workers had seen that, they will want, I sure they go feel shame. They would. You'll remember the young lady who waved the panty in Skinner Park? I will never forget that. She gets so carried away. They say she took off her underwear and swing it. They said she was a teacher. And I don't know what became of her. Yeah, she was teaching in a Catholic school somewhere in Marabella, somewhere. I must ask my cousin, because she used to teach in one of them schools. And that, I am sure that young lady felt ashamed. Then there was another one who was working in a bank. She took a jump with a guy. The next morning, she saw the guy in Woodford Square as a vagrant, homeless, whatever. She couldn't believe that is the man she jumped with. Oh, listen, people have to, I don't care, carnival, no carnival. I am not as Ricky Jai, and I want Ricky Jai to come very high. Don't shame my name, right? Ricky Jai, go to the head of the class with that calypso. I'm going to I'll go wind up now, the Archbishop.
Caller, we're going to a break, so call us right after the break,
all right? Call you back.
Yes,
okay.
please.
All right.
Join us after the break for more.
Road March energy? Check. Royal Castle flavor? Double check. Let's dive into the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
That was the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
The Trinidad and Tobago Council of Evangelical Churches Vice President Bishop Maurice Jones has warned that the normalization of sexually explicit symbolism in carnival celebrations risks consequences that cannot easily be reversed. When intimate imagery and objects are introduced into civic celebration, particularly in spaces shared by children and families, the consequences extend beyond individual choice. Societies are formed by what they tolerate publicly. Good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good afternoon again. Yes, I listened to the Archbishop Gordon, how he jumped out with this sex toy thing. And I'm saying, but this is my opinion. Adults is who playing in those bands or that band. Some people say, no, it's how people play and the child is play and the child is 15, 16. Let me tell you something. If I playing with Tribe and Tribe give me a sex toy in my package, I'll hand them back because if I figure I don't need that, I just don't take it. You have a choice. If you know you do not want no sex toy, you hand them back it. That's all. Right? But what was amazing for me with Archbishop Gordon, when there was the SAGBA report concerning the sexual abuse at the St. Dominic's home, he didn't jump out like how we jump out. That thing, I mean, that was headline news. St. Dominic's home, and this right now there are, I think it's either 3 or 5 young men who were residents of that home, and they're adults now, they're teenagers. They have sued the home, and rightfully so. Yes, they have done it all. The Catholic Church has been paying compensation all over the world. I think the Pope was against that pay dealing with this. But when I saw those young men file a lawsuit, I said, well done. Well done. So, Archbishop, focus on that. Forget them, forget the adults. Them big and them could make the decision for themselves. Y'all have a blessed evening. Reach home safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
And that's the problem you face with being consistent.
Yeah.
That's the problem I said, even in I tell people that when people ask me, let me take this call, we'll continue our discussion. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Marcus. Good afternoon, Shania.
Good afternoon, sir.
I see for a while, I know you have a friend, so you're not taking part in the figures I'm going on right now.
No.
And so you cover up.
Yeah.
That is very good.
Take part,
but,
yes.
But I joke back, Ronaldo. Last night, what I see there, remember the party in the United States of America? With the party?
Yeah.
But everybody was in white. And when the party done, they go up and find some baby oil, eh?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm find the rest down by the head last night. Because the kind of thing I see by the head there last night, just a little bit. And so you watch our next minister, they watch our next minister. There you go.
Oh gosh, thank you, brother.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yeah, for that play that is clear, man. While you're trying to have some behavior.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I was making the point before the call that I tell people, even to me, that's the test of even Christianity and people who call themselves Christians.
Yeah.
It's not really what you believe, it's what you do.
Yeah.
And what you do consistently is what you do. And not to say that you're superhuman.
Yeah.
So you should not profess to be superhuman and give up that standard of yourself, because yes, we are against some of the things that we say Carnival brings out. But if the barometer is morality and all these things, there's immorality in other parts of the society and other things that we do that we are selling. If you're condemning sin, try and be consistent.
Yep.
You know,
sin across the board.
yeah, don't pick, and some people find themselves wanting. Now, I don't think that takes away from the argument necessarily that the good Archbishop made.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't say not because I did something wrong, it means I can't do something right.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't follow at all. However, we have to be careful of selective morality and selective outrage. You know, because there are some people, even on a good Monday, they dress very wanton.
Yeah.
On a good Monday.
Correct.
Sometimes you see people going to work. And you wonder, he going work? She going, that's work, you going? Like that? Because of how we carry ourselves. So, the Council of Evangelical Churches has raised their concern, Bishop Jones, when making his comment in the wake of the call by Archbishop Gordon for further regulation by the carnival after mass banned Tribe distributed sex toys in their female packages. During his homily on Monday, Gordon said that if Tribe couldn't dial it back, then the state may have to step in. So Bishop John argued that cultural vibrancy must not come at the expense of morality. But dear Bishop, that is a very big ocean. Where do we, and then some of us who claim to draw the line fall short ourselves.
That's correct.
And that confuses everybody. That confuses the whole thing.
Sure does.
Meanwhile, program leader in our Academy of Arts, Letters, Culture and Public Affairs at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keela Francis, says carnival does not need to be regulated. She said that negative views of sexuality during carnival comes from Judeo-Christian vantage point and not historical African context. When I say carnival should not be regulated, I don't mean it's no holds barred, right? Do anything. It is not the purge. That's not what we're talking about. But the idea of this disrespectful behavior somehow being curtailed and sanitized, and that's what we tend to focus on when we talk about regulations, and that includes sexuality. She said carnival and the African sense is a fertility ritual that started with the harvest celebration both in agriculture and human fertility. Francis believes that the conversation about carnival being sexualized is a sign of sex education is needed. Francis said that Gordon's comments on carnival is being commercialized with a shifting from traditional and other aspects of carnival is not the full picture. While she agrees that there's more focus on masquerade, she said it should not be a case of either, but a merging of both. So she's making a case for both things to coexist and saying that one shouldn't pull the cover over the other. But these things are hard to regulate.
You know, I'm understanding that. This is just my personal view, right?
Yes.
For me, the IRO will have a responsibility to speak out because they are a religious organization. Yeah. So, seeing that the Catholic bishop or archbishop made a statement, then you're going to want to come together as religious bodies and say, okay, this is not the behavior that we appreciate. However, there's a view floating around that Tribe is simply trying to protect their own. We know that when carnival happens, 9 months later, as one of the callers said, we usually get quite a lot of babies. We also have challenges with the whole HIV/AIDS situation. So could it be that Tribe is saying, here's what, let's protect our ladies and give them something? Because we know the behavior, you're drunk, you're carrying on, you're in that heightened state, the possibility exists that that's the road you're going to go down. So sort yourself out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and
that is one part of the argument.
That is a very, very good and for me logical and realistic view.
So her view on the whole idea of sex education I could understand. That's probably their way of dealing with different types of situations. For me, when the religious thing is concerned, I'm not against them for making their statements, but for me as a Pentecostal, that's not we party. Our people shouldn't be in there. So whatever they do,
decide, they regulate themselves.
Okay, I don't want to offend anybody, but sinners gonna do what they do. For the religious community, that is considered sin. You can't regulate what they're doing there, you know. You have to make sure your members not a part of that. That's how I feel about it. So for me, that's the situation of cockroach going in fall party here. This is not our arena. We can probably make a statement and talk about if you want to say the whole thing with the culture and whatever it is, it's taken away from the culture. I understand, but I don't want us to get too invested in that because that is still not our arena. Our people are not part of this. So they could have a roads, they could
be part of it.
Well, we should not. Our people, those who are truly Christian, if you find yourself there, then you are opening yourself to whatever elements are out there.
And to be honest, it is not even every member of the band, because we have an article on a few where members of the band gave it back.
Yeah, if you don't want to give it back.
Let's take this call. Good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good afternoon, umpire Relaxon, or umpire there standing tall at square.
Yes, good afternoon.
And the fourth. I don't really have much to say on this topic because I don't feel like the competence level. But anyhow, I kind of agree with the Prime Minister in terms of the people have to learn to behave orderly, whether it's carnival or not, right? When the society behaves dysfunctional, like in a carnival band with all this breakaway and all this kind of thing, you know the effect. We have increase in the population after carnival, and then what? Then everybody will come and say, oh, there's single mother, there's this and there's that. That is one. The other one is the Prime Minister. I think she has maternal instincts. She will have to protect some of our cabinet members, because remember, ministers and government officials should be exemplars in the society. So that maternal effect kicks in. It comes like you home, everybody a young fella, and you live at home. Your parents will tell you, hey, behave yourself when you go out there, you know. Don't go and look for no trouble, you know. Right? That's a normal thing, I believe, was throughout Trinidad and Tobago, but more so in the rural districts. Because the rural districts, the people, the children grow up under more discipline, and the parents will always forewarn them. They'll tell them, for example, look, you see that nice today, do not go and bathe by the sea, do not go to the beach today. And all these things, you know, kicks in. So we mustn't let Carnival just destroy everybody and bring disorder in the society, and then the whole country now has a price to pay in the end. So that is what I am saying. And I don't want to comment on the lady first caller, but I find that you know, I find it kind of not too much in my alley. Yeah. So that is how it is. So I am calling on all Trinidadians, right, to be disciplined on the road Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Because I'm in Grenada some years, in the days when the ferry used to go from here at Carnival to Grenada, the Grenadian community complained that Trinidadian people coming to damage their Carnival with this kind of behavior, disorderly behavior, and was a big thing in Grenada. And so I, you know, if I don't hear about it again, but remember too, in Trinidad here, we have a lot of visitors, people what we call freshwater Yankees, and people from other countries, very Caribbean and North America here. And sometimes they may display, you know, different acts which a normal Trinidadian, you know, will not conform to. In all these things we have to pay attention to. Now, I agree with the umpire there, the female umpires, and the religious people may not say anything like the Pentecostals and the Adventists, and even they will not think, because they do not expect their people to be involved in that kind of debasing kind of activity on Carnival Day. In fact, these people not supposed to be on the Carnival ban at all, in a Carnival ban at all. We had also an issue where the women whining on the policemen, and that they put a stop to that. Right? Because woman is to come and just wind up on a policeman or doing his performing his duties on a carnival Monday and a Tuesday. Right? And this bad behavior started from Jouvers in the 70s, you know. Right? I remember Holly B. He used to be the TTT announcer on Carnival Jouvers mornings in particular. And the cameraman is a showman of whining, and then more the cameraman focus on them is more they whine on the stage or on the street sometimes. Right? So we had that breakdown coming from there because I grew up in an area as a young one, but man, when my grandmother and them, for example, playing mass, all in 1963, I was a little child. They playing mass fully clothed in what they call can-can dress. You don't even see you're not seeing the arms or nothing, and they dress quite down the can-can dress. For those who remnant people who may remember can-can dress, and all remnant people, what I'm saying here is people.
Caller, we're going to a break now, right? So call us after the break. Thanks.
Okay, good.
All right. Join us after the break for more on the Third Empire.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Boy, I got in an accident a while ago. I was in traffic and my car get bounced from behind.
Well, then they're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the insurance company go fix it up.
Fix up? Huh. I make my claim the next day. And up to now, I can't hear from the insurance company. I need my car fixed.
Look, you better go to the Financial Services Ombudsman. I'm sure they can help.
Yeah, I'm going to check them now.
To resolve a complaint with your insurance company, bank, or non-bank financial institution, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
The Canbulay riots of 1881 changed the future of mass forever. Freed from the chains, our spirits soared high. Now experience the roots of our culture, where rhythm meets resistance, where drama meets history, where song tells the story of a people. Join us for the reenactment of the Canbulay riots. Friday, 13 December from 4 a.m. at Piccadilly Greens, Port of Spain. Canbulay, a powerful tribute to the heritage of Carnival. Free to all. For more information, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call us at 622-1670. This event is proudly presented by the NCC, supported by Mackensen, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
Boy, I ain't brass playing in my head whole morning, you know.
That is not brass, that is hunger.
Nah, that is brass bacchanal calling all you. Brass bacchanal? Wait, that is the ones where all them bands and them just show off with their music?
Show off is a showdown of sound.
This Carnival Monday night, get ready for Brass Bacchanal 2026. 9 of the baddest brass bands go head to head, competing for $100,000. Monday, February 16th, Queen's Park, Savannah. Showtime, 9 p.m. sharp. Tickets are only $150. Available at Java Nation stores nationwide, the NCC box office, and online at islandetickets.com. Bring your crew, bring your coolers, and feel the power of live brass like never before. Get ready. Brass Bacchanal Carnival Monday night. Presented by the National Carnival Commission.
One night, infinite memories. On Thursday, February 19th, the legends and the future legends of Calypso meet on one stage at Napa. Showtime 7 p.m. sharp. Feel the power of Sugar Aloes and Gypsy, the energy of Sherwayne Winchester and Young Brother, the passion of Tazea O'Connor and Chuck Gore. Get ready for Dwayne O'Connor, Devon Sear, Lady Adana, Ainsley King, Nicholas Lucas, Rondell Donald, Sheldon Reed, Lil Bits, Zachary Ransom, Anselm Douglas, and Terry Lyle. All backed by Oral Rodriguez and the Razor Sharp Band. Hosted by Sonny Bling and Damon Melville. Celebrating the legacy of Baron. The Baron. Admission just $200. Get your tickets now at the Trinity Shop in Trent City, C3 Mall in San Fernando, and Excellence City Mall. For more information, call 755-2915 or 723-4011. Get ready for Baron's Infinity Concert 2. One night, infinite memories.
Courtesy the Marshall Montano Foundation and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development.
After Carnival, TNT, the show you all been waiting for. Laugh till your belly busts. In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited. 28th of February at Napa, Port of Spain. Showtime, 8 p.m. sharp. Come see the funniest guys on the planet and the man who took social media by storm. Victor St. Louis, a.k.a. Pelp.
Yeah, nah, things so hard right now in Trinidad. You know a store in town, no fire, 2 mannequin.
All his funny friends. Kenneth Sipasa, the greatest storytime teller ever. Shaquille, Louis Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint.
Okay, me know first it's so expensive. I went and priced a plate there. You know, they're telling me $10,000 for a plate. I say, oh, there are no sauces.
And Paniska is back.
Stop it, honey. Don't bring out the dog in me, you know. I better scrape you.
Get those tickets now. Ronnie and Caro, Mascot, Marabal Road, Port of Spain, Bruce Bar, St. Augustine, and IslandEtickets.com. For ticket hotlines, call 278-5892, 316-0814, 382-9986. Laugh till your belly busts.
The tradition, the detail, the dedication. This carnival, the Masters of Mass take center stage at the Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, where artistry meets imagination and every costume is handcrafted to perfection, telling powerful stories through color, texture, and movement. Join us at Victoria Square, Port of Spain on Thursday, 12 February from 7 p.m. Experience the magic of conventional mass. Bring the family and witness the spectacle. It's free to all. For more information, follow ttcarnival365.com on Instagram or call 622-1670. The Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, presented by the NCC, supported by Mackeson, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I can't be innocent. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't be innocent.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth, 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall Entrance City Mall, Fifth Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Boise X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in we
There's some advice when you hear it. You know one time is good advice. My granny tell me a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea first thing in the morning does wonders for the body. Good and natural ginger tea in its single-size packets is excellent for flavoring your cooking, salads and desserts. But what was news for me is when my granny say a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea helps with nasal congestion and colds, stomach problems, migraine headaches, and it's really good for arthritis in the body. Made from freshly crushed ginger root to get that strong ginger taste and aroma so soothing. Good and natural ginger tea available with or without sugar, so all you need is boiling water to get a cup going. As the old people say, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you could see clear in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day right.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
The Lion brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion brand is the reason. When the Lion brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion brand.
18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
What are you doing? Crunch Nival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein. We need KFC again and again. Time to crunch, time to crunch, time to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look they touchdown now. KFC, time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunch Nival.
What are you doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take off, like rocket. It's a crunch nival with the baddest booking. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a crunch nival. The KFC chicken joy carnival and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's crunch nival at KFC.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we're back. And I want to set the tone and give the background for this next discussion on concerning school violence. I want to set three different scenarios for you. So listen carefully. We'll get through the material and we'll have the discussion. Scenario 1. A 14-year-old Form 3 student of Barataria South Secondary was hospitalized on Wednesday after he was allegedly beaten unconscious during an altercation on the school compound. Police said that the incident occurred during the lunch break between 11 a.m. and 12 noon on Block E. According to reports, a plastic bottle containing water was thrown from the third floor and landed on the 14-year-old student, wetting his clothing while he was on the second floor. Angered by the incident, the teen reportedly filled a container with water and went to the third floor where several students were gathered and demanded to know who threw the bottle. When no one responded, he allegedly threw a bottle of water in the direction of the group, wetting 3 students. Police said an 18-year-old male student then caught the 14-year-old, lifted him, and threw him onto the concrete stairway. 2 other students allegedly joined in and began kicking the teen about his body. The injured student was assisted by other pupils and taken to the principal's office, where the EHS service was contacted and the police. He was treated at the school and later taken to the Eric Williams Medical Complex for further observation, medical attention, and then to undergo a CT scan. The 3 students involved were later located by school officials and the police taken to the Barataria police station along with their parents, where a report was made. That was scenario number 1. Let's get to scenario number 2. A 13-year-old boy has been arrested in London on the suspicion of attempted murder after 2 boys were stabbed at a school in northwest London. Officers were called to Kingsbury High School about 12:40 on Tuesday following reports that a 13-year-old boy had been stabbed. Police said that they were later made aware that a second victim, a 12-year-old boy, had also been stabbed on the scene. Both boys were taken to hospital, with one admitted to a major trauma center as priority. Officers said they both believed to be in a serious condition. Counter-terror officers are leading the investigation but has not been able to declare it a terrorist. Deputy Luke Williams said armed and local officers were at the scene within 13 minutes of the 999 call. The suspect, he said, left the scene following the stabbings but was later arrested. According to Williams, a weapon believed to have been used in the attack was recovered and the suspect remained in custody for questioning. Officers are not looking for anyone else in connection with the stabbings. So that is scenario number 2. And in scenario number 3, Canada's deadliest school shooting in decades. A shooter killed at least 8 people and wounded dozens more at a high school in the tiny Canadian mountain town of Tumbler Ridge on Tuesday. Suspect identified. The suspect is an 18-year-old woman who had dropped out of school about 4 years ago, police said. She was born biologically male and transitioned about 6 years ago. Police said officers had visited her residence several times due to mental health concerns. Most of the victims, 5 students between ages 12 and 13 years old, and as well as 11-year-old stepbrother of the suspect, were killed in the shooting. The wounded included a 12-year-old girl who was fighting for her life in hospital. All is not well with our young people.
That's right.
And school.
That's
All
right.
is not well. I have quoted scenarios in Trinidad, in London, and in Canada. I just didn't go to the US because
Yeah.
that list is long.
Yeah.
Who or what is making our young people so angry that you want to fight till somebody's unconscious?
Yep.
Stab somebody in the neck, a 13-year-old. Or you want to shoot your stepbrother and other people.
You know, long time my dad used to always encourage us to walk away. Always encourage us to walk away, because and that could go, it could go different ways, because you could be the one walking away all the time, and then it had that one time that you are tipped over the edge and the mad blood rush in your head. But I don't think our young people appreciate or even understand consequence. That's just my feeling. It could be me. But, you know, long time, I can speak for me. I didn't want to do no nonsense in school because, number one, I know my mom is poor. I know that I don't have no family to back me up and bail me out of nowhere. So if I had gotten in trouble, most likely I was staying in that cell.
So it's no mommy to come and cuss the teacher?
No, she beating you.
Okay. Yeah, nobody to come and threaten the principal for you?
It don't have that. It don't have that. You know? So, again, I don't want to judge the scenario because the first one spoke about the boy. He was wet, and then he run up there to figure out who it is wet him. And then he end up getting a wetting right back. So I am seeing that there are challenges with self-control. You understanding that there is always a bigger bully out there than you. There's also the other side where you can't deny the effects of bullying of whatever sort. It has a tendency to push people over the edge. That's a real situation. There are people, these young people, they are people too, they are human too. And at some point, they're gonna go just as low as you. So where do we draw the line with telling people to appreciate this self-control and then also defending yourself, protecting yourself? That's how I feel. It's complicated. It's really complicated. To me, I can't just see one side. I'm looking at it both ways. That tipping over the edge is very easy to get there. It's very, very easy.
Well, tell me about this in London.
All I can say.
And the 2 boys were stabbed in the neck,
In the neck. And look at the ages, 12, 13. It is just crossing a line for me. Some people are going to say mental health. I don't push that out the door. I can definitely see the whole mental health thing happening and the ability to cope. But from my personal perspective, I could look at these things and say that demons exist. There was a time where, you know, sometimes children get in a little altercation, and from the time the other person fall, you kind of back off because you're seeing danger happening. Now, young people, they go into the edge with it. They want to make sure they see you unconscious, and to me, that is going over into the realm of the demonic. That is crazy. When are you going to back off? You hit them at too last, you see them start to cry, okay, back off now. But you reach the stage where you want to see them dead? That's a lot, Ronaldo. That's a lot. And then this next one, 18-year-old trans woman. So I don't know, this probably could have been a bullying scenario, I don't know. The whole transgender thing, because that happens, but you're 18 though. You are 18. And look at these children below you, they are younger than you. You are 18. But then again,
killed 8 people.
They said because that's a young man, he had mental health issues. So when it reaches to the point where you can diagnose and say, yes, this person has mental health issues, why are they allowed to continue on in society, especially if they have violent tendencies? I don't know, I'm just asking.
So, in the abundance of all these mechanisms and skills and books, and are we making fragile children who cannot cope with life?
Mm-hmm.
Are children today much more fragile? I didn't know that I didn't know the word mental health before I was how old.
Mental health, not if you tell your mommy, you're going to feel depressed. You tell you're too happy. That is what, you're too happy.
Things too nice.
Yeah.
You make me laugh because I can hear it in my father's voice.
Mommy say too happy. I remember when I said tote water down the hill. All you know how that to do. It's work you want to do.
How does a 13-year-old have mental health problems?
They're not as happy, I guess. I don't know. They're facing difference.
Is it ingratitude? Is it wanting more? You want everything at 13 and you're depressed?
Well, if you see any young YouTubers, you know, making millions and living their best life, and you all are the same age, you know, I guess it could.
I listen to some students, you know, and I've listened to, and I watch them on social media talking about they're depressed.
They ain't started work yet.
You went to school. Are we making children who are less able? Are we raising, let me put it that way, children who are less able to deal with the challenges of life?
Yeah.
Have we failed them in that regard?
Yeah.
By telling them that somebody owes them something? Have we taught our young people that life or somebody, the Prime Minister, the PNM, the UNC, somebody owe you something?
That's right.
So you are unable to achieve that, so you could rob and kill and steal.
Yep.
You could fight to the death because somebody owe you something. Have we raised a generation of entitled youths?
Definitely.
And I have, who is the person? I think it's my good friend Lisa. Lisa, wherever you are. I'll take the call just now, right? Caller, let me set the premise. Lisa talks about the Disneyfication of young women.
Wow. That part.
You're a princess.
That is so true.
You deserve so much. you deserve, you know, it's your price tag. And maybe the intention is to develop self-awareness and self, but you walk around and all these men owe you.
So we fabricating a prostitute mentality. You know, you don't see certain things as selling yourself short. So just because, you know, you ain't sleeping with men really for money like that, out of need, but you're sleeping with them to go Hyatt. Love you, Hyatt. Big up. I mean, hotels, vacations on a yacht. That's what I mean, right? You're sleeping with them for best vacation, for long bundles. That is still prostitution.
Yeah. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again. Simple solution. You know, you do have enough PE in school. In my days, when you have to do this, and you have to run and ride lines and run around the school and things like that, don't you feel that boys and girls, we should have more games and physical education? In school, boys no longer climb trees. Even as a girl, you used to climb trees, you know, and climb up the goal. You know, you used to have something a long time. You climbing in the house, you used to call it like, up at the one before the roof, you used to call it the garage. Can you remember that? I climbed up on the door to go in there and sit down and read books. So you see, people no longer climb. My brother used to climb on door and dive off on the bed. So till he reached the bed. So we no longer do these, like climb tree to pick fruit, run. We need more physical education. Long and short of the story. Okay then? You all have a great evening.
Thank you
so much.
Did he say climb a tree?
Climb a tree. When last you see a child climb a tree?
Tell me where you see somebody climbing a tree.
I haven't seen people climb a tree and play cricket in the road and thing in a long time.
I know. FIFA. Or you play Xbox or whatever they play. Let me not try to call the names because I am totally out of class and out of touch. But are we raising children that are entitled and at very young age they want all out of life?
Yep.
They're not prepared to work for it, some of them. Somebody have to give them it or they get depressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get depressed. Good afternoon, caller.
Good evening again, Mr. Ronaldo. Good evening again, Mr. Moya.
Hey, good evening.
And good evening to everyone. You see, we grew up on our kids on a device, you know. There's no more parenting, you know. They give them a device and go and sit down there. Where's the parents? Where's the parents when they used to take you and show you how to pong a nail? Show you how to go out and say, yeah, I'm going and fix the gutter. Hey, I'm going and paint. Where the parents who used to do that? From the time you're born and you reach 1 year old, they give you a tablet or a phone until you go and sit down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these children absorb what they see in there.
That's right.
No. And Mr. Ronaldo, you make a great point. They feel obligated to something. They think hard work don't pay again. They're looking at these same young people in America here who is millionaires off of YouTube. There's a lot of hard work these fellas do, you know.
That's right.
So I see some parents cannot even buy things for themselves.
Yeah.
Because the child watching them. But look, you have one, daddy. You understand that comparison? Boy, I would have had to lose some teeth.
Yeah.
The day,
because where are you working?
the day I told my father that we were equals.
Never.
I didn't have time to be. Depression was a luxury. How you get depressed?
I used to say the same thing.
So you have no project to do. We talking about depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Eat your biscuit and go in your bed.
Exactly. Because let me tell you, when I was young growing up, and I tell my parents, and I'm, well, here what now? I had to get new shoes for the new term, and I hear them, that last year until the term end.
Yes!
And not
Yes!
one term, until you go up to the next form.
That had the last
And
year.
I had to clean that and make sure that's looking good for when my father come home. And if that shoe's looking ranga,
in problems.
It's too broad belt in me, you know.
Oh
you know?
gosh.
And before I leave, and as my point again, we growing up our children on devices, go and sit down there and give them a tablet. Quiet. Put them in the bedroom, give them a tablet. Which parent teaching them how to fish? Which parent teaching them how to pong and nail? Which parent teaching them how to hard work is to reap benefits? You know? And that is the other thing. All right, guys, look on this then.
Thank you, Cole. Where are we getting these privileged children? These privileged, underprivileged children.
Yeah. Yep.
These privileged children of poor economic means that want all these things, want more than the parents can provide. And instead of teaching them gratitude for life, so you don't take yours and take others.
Yeah.
We learned that.
Yep.
You cannot do that to that. You're vexed, but that's what we were taught.
Yep.
You can be vexed, you know, and you stand up and you're pouting like you're turning, well, we used to turn Hulk. So in your little corner, you're turning Hulk, right? But that's about it. You ain't going to stab anybody in the neck. You're not going to shoot 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds and 11-year-olds stepbrother, the person in Canada. That takes a different type of...
Yeah, different kind of anger.
A cap's gun use a thing with ears.
That going far. I wonder if, as well, I could only speak for my category, millennials. You grow up not having certain things and you go out of your way to provide because you didn't have it and you know how it made you feel. But I wonder if that created that level of toxicity there. That, you know, I'm going out my way, my child must always have. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because you know the pains you felt when you didn't feel like you belong. But there must be a line that is drawn. They have to understand they cannot get everything. Sometimes you mightn't be able to go to the class party, you mightn't be able to go to the outing. You will not die. We will do something else. Or if you're on punishment, brother, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, you're not going to participate.
But we are teaching our children that they can have it all. You could have it all and you should have it all, and so you want it all. And when you can't get it all, either you get it by other means or you choose depression.
Yeah.
And you can't go to school because you didn't get a new shoe.
And that is beyond crazy.
And you can't this because you need a new bag.
Yeah.
Because the shame, people would laugh at you.
Yeah.
I remember once a barber told me that a young man did not want to cut his hair a particular way. And he was crying because the other children would laugh at him. And he didn't feel accepted. But that was the role of the parent.
Yeah.
To show up his own self,
yeah.
You know, even at a young age.
Yeah.
So we're not saying his feeling is unfamiliar.
Yeah.
But that's what your parents came in there for.
Yep.
Like when your parents wake you up and tell us, is who house you living in Badna? Is who sending you to school?
Yep.
But are we raising children or generation that in the abundance of information and technology and they're just less resilient?
Yeah. I agree.
They're just less resilient.
Yeah.
They're looking to lash out. They want to kill themselves for views.
That is madness.
Social media penetrates. They're suicidal.
And it's
You
not
didn't have
because
social
it's,
media in your time? And you made it just fine? Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. So good conversation. Very good conversation. And the lady sitting by you, good class man, real good conversation. Parents must be parenting. I was a single parent with 2 girls, sir. I have a family, have 3 of them as doctors in the house. And none of them know about dressing. They eat chicken foot and chicken head. I am not rich, I am not middle class. But when I leave these and I come down by them, I used to see chicken foot and chicken head. She could not afford to buy a whole chicken. They sold their shoes and they sold their bag and they went to school. And you know what they say? When they're done studies, and then when they're done study, they want to work to buy nice things. The 3 of them, when they're done study, they will see what they can do. And they still have the same way in them. And the 3 of them is professor. They're going to the dad, one gone to Canada to live. So children must be contented with what parents needed. They have no luxurious life else than a TV. And there's a limit in the TV. In the morning was a cup of sago with some biscuit. You hear? And children must know. Look, I have 4 grandchildren. And my 4 grandchildren, we are strict vegetarians. And vegetarian life is expensive, so what we can do is, when they were going to study, they want science subjects. And we're $2 a pound there for pumpkin. We'll give them the pumpkin, what we can afford, and the children understand it, we can get one. That person had that, they only tell them, and they still understand. One day, the grandson says, here don't eat. And time for his mother to drop him Hillview College. So she tell him, I tell him I was there. I said, hold a roti in your hand with a pumpkin. And he said, for enough to be school, he said, I roti. I said, what is doubles? What is doubles? Doubles is flour. And they just hold it, eating there. So children must know. And my grandson went to school with a bus bag to show it, with a bus shoe to show it. And he was very contented, and the 3 of them, they master science. And my big grandson is a doctor. And they were so contented, children might tell them things. They can't cope with the other, make themselves to meet the others. But what they wanted to do was take their education. And they have taught them highly educated, one like a big trophy right now. Children, all your study, how all you could finish study, don't put all your parents under pressure. We were not under pressure. My 4 grandchildren, they was good, and have the other 2, they're not highly educated, but them and all was good. Do not have all your parents under pressure. And parents, do not look to put sausage today and ham tomorrow, and the next the other day. That's what they could afford.
That's right.
And make them go with that. We have veggie ham too. We have veggie sausage too. Very expensive. We cannot buy. We won't buy. It is Christmas Day. And what we could eat, we eat. Yeah, it's all right Christmas Day. I cannot buy a veggie ham. I cannot buy chicken. But the children have to go to school when Christmas finishes. Cook curry boni and aloo and make some those roti Christmas Day. And Christmas Day for ordinary day, when you could buy, you buy. Children have to learn to understand. Do not have parents under pressure. And I have 6 of them, and the 6 of them understand. But 4 highly educated, look at this week one called me. He said he's going to Holy Cross. He said, man, we get a big trophy. A very big trophy. All of them have trophy. Education. Yeah. And we 4 people, we are rich. My house weekend, the daughter house weekend, and then son, they had the contested. Children, parents have it hard. Or you don't have parents under pressure, go to school and learn with whatsoever, or you have. They study them boys with wearing the pants under the jockey shorts. Watch up to that right now with them. God bless all your so good program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, and based on what she said there, when we look at these incidents happening and we bringing it back to here where our government said that parents could be held responsible, I don't think the young persons are understanding the pressure. If you do something like that and your parent get arrested for you, where you all going to live? You're going to lose the house, you're going to lose everything. You still wouldn't be able to get what you want. So why behave like that, putting your own family at risk because you cannot control yourself? In life, you will meet people that will anger you to the core, but you have to control yourself. So that point you made about resilience is really important. You have to restrain yourself in life.
Yeah. You fail one exam, you want to kill yourself.
It's not the end of the world. Okay, you don't get the top scholarship, and what? Life still goes on. Failures are part of the lessons.
And I see, especially in my former profession, the pressure placed on children in SEA to go to this school and that school. School that never even went inside. Parents build up a type of fear.
Protectively fear.
Some children crumble under this pressure. You have to go to that school. I don't care. You the parent doing my registration fee.
Yeah, nah. I don't even think we understand that, you know.
We
Prestige school is prestige money.
We do the PTA fee. We're not taking the 5 barbecue ticket. That's compulsory.
Wow.
We're not taking that. But the pressure is such. Are we growing children that are less resilient?
Yeah.
They are not pressure resistant. In a society and in a life that has more pressures than yesteryear.
Yep.
You have all these drugs. And we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
So you didn't know it, you didn't see it. I was basically ignorant of the fact. You had to go to school and come home. And if something happened, you had to beg a call or get a phone.
Yeah, to hear the latest or wait for the next
to tell your parents who most likely would have been in work. Where they didn't have a personal phone.
Yep.
It's the office phone.
Call the office.
But a lot has changed.
Yeah.
But we are seeing in Canada, in England, in London, in Trinidad, very angry students who are willing to fight to the death, kill to the death. It's as much we didn't fear death.
Yeah.
I was small, I remember we feared death.
Yes. Yes. But
anything
they're approaching it.
We crying for dead crap one all.
Yeah.
Anything dead is sad.
You bury a dog, you have to do it for the dog. But no, we don't respect death. We don't understand. Is it that, again, as you rightly said, you're doing it for the views? If I take my life, I go make somebody guilty. But you wouldn't be wrong to know if they're guilty or not. You wouldn't be wrong to see the effects of what you've done. What about the people that love you? What about those who are praying you through that dark moment? What about those?
And I always say, gratitude is learned behavior.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That didn't come by osmosis. Yep. We were taught to appreciate what we have.
Yep.
Nobody didn't guess, somebody said to you, learn to appreciate that, huh?
Yep.
You might get it in a threat.
Yeah, but still the lesson is learned.
You didn't have to figure it out. Even if you didn't get it, some adult would have tell you.
Tiana.
I remember once complaining on my dad to my godmother. When I think back, that was the stupidest thing I could ever do. But by the time she schooled me on the sacrifices She
Yes.
listened to my complaint. She
Yeah.
take the complaints nice, you know, as a
Yeah.
nice girl. God. But by the time she schooled me, I stoops. I said, well, why the hell I talk to you for?
You appreciate it now.
Yes, because she explained the gratitude.
Yeah.
She explained, this is what your father going through.
Yeah.
She explained, it is not you alone.
Hmm.
He providing for. She explained, all that glitters is not gold.
Yeah.
She explained, where you want him get from.
You
And
want
I've
to
seen parents do miraculous things to please these young children who take matters into their own hands.
Absolutely.
And then in reverse claim to be the victims.
Correct.
Like the Wassa bill and them name.
Thank you. You know, when I was getting ready to leave school, my mother started saying, nobody does walk around in my place over 18 and they're not working. And she sang that song, and because I know, I say, I enable hear this, I make sure I come out of school with something now. Because I can't take that small talk. She started singing it from early. So anytime you see you're lapsing around, nobody coming out of school and ain't working in my house. I'm amazed at what we encourage now. I am amazed. You couldn't, I don't know about you, but you couldn't finish school and just be liming around in a parent's house. Are you mad?
Find something
Get up
to
and
do.
find something to do.
Call us on 3420081 4665391. Are we raising a generation that is rather fickle, afraid of challenges, quick to give up, with no value for life?
You remember when boys used to go during the summer and work, pack box and bag and thing and
You
grocery
have to
every
do
summer?
something. You have to do something. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I had to call in on this topic. My phone was charging and I took it out to call you. I would say when the child is young, the mind of the child should be the mind of the parent. Many of us leave our children up to themselves. I have 3 daughters, and when they were going secondary school, at that time they thought they were bright because I was a poor person, very poor, and they said, Daddy, you're not managing your money good. Why we don't have any money?
Wow.
That's all right. When I get my salary, I will bring home the salary, and I will put the money there, and you all will put it out who have to go to school. I have to go to give me my money to go to work and just give me a $20 in my pocket in case I need to buy something on the road because I will go to work with lunch and so forth. All of us will cook food home, wife and so forth, and we'll go to our lunch. When I put the money on the table and they try to budget that money, one going to St. Francis College, one going Alex Secondary School, Tranquility. They said, Daddy, how are you budgeting this money? Daddy, no, keep the money. And the way how you give it to us, continue because I don't know how you budgeting this money.
Wow.
And those children, and then they went to school. My daughter came and she did A-level, she did A-levels, and she got a scholarship. The one who went to St. Francis College, she had 8 subjects and about 5 O-levels. 5 A-levels. The one who went Tranquil, she had 7 subjects. When they came home from school, they were not doing anything. You know what they did? They went white up. And white up wasn't for them. White up was for folks who...
Correct.
Right. They went white up. And while my daughter was at white up, both of them got jobs. They didn't even finish at white up.
Wow.
And she got a scholarship. One of my daughter, she got a scholarship. And what she told me, Daddy, I know that you cannot afford for me to go to university, I had to get a scholarship. She got a top scholarship to Family University. I did not pay a cent.
Wow.
She came home from Family University. She was a 4.0 student. She had university flying all over the place, and she was doing research for them. While she was at that university, spring break, she wanted to go to England. She called us, she was over 20, and asked us for our permission, my wife and I. She asked us for permission to go to England with a friend for a holiday. We said, all right, thank you. Right now, she's at Harvard University, and you know what she told me? She said she works there. She said the decision I make at Harvard University and all where I go is not what I learn in school, is what you all taught us.
Wow.
Thank you, brethren. The parents has a great opportunity to lead their children in the right way. And the three of them were successful. I was a painter with the Ministry of Works, and they know that their father was not working for money to give them the type of life they wanted. When my daughter passed for St. Francois College, I watched the shoes my daughter had on her foot, and water came out of my eyes because I didn't have money to give her better. We just stick up with this and stick up with that. And I watched the little girl running and playing. The shoes was nothing to her. She was contented. I want to thank you all for this opportunity to say this piece. Thank you.
Wonderful.
He took charge. Good stories.
Wonderful.
And we always hear the negative, but they are good stories. There are parents who take the bull by the horn.
Yep.
And decide that I running this show.
Yep.
And the gentleman speaks of a lot of sacrifice.
Yes.
Those are things you have to teach children.
You can't hide it from them.
No.
And that's what's going on. We so want to compensate or overcompensate that we begin to hide those things.
We say, I hear them saying, I don't want them grow up like I grew up.
That's not bad, but when you begin to overcompensate, if you have that mentality, then it means that by any means necessary, you should ensure their success. If you want to do it that way, if you want to say, I don't want them face the things I face, well, then encourage them. Let them understand this is a real world.
Good afternoon, caller.
Let's go to Sancho to love this story. Love it. Good conversation.
Are we growing up a generation that is spineless?
Yeah.
Without morals, without a compass, religious or otherwise.
Yep.
Religious or otherwise.
You can't hide life from them. You cannot.
So that when life trials come, it is easy for them to kill or take their own lives.
Yeah.
Because according to them, the maths ain't mathsing.
Yeah.
According to them, this ain't adding up. They have so many expectations.
Yeah.
They have so many expectations, and we feel that our role to provide means that we do magic.
If you don't have, you don't have, and you have to tell them, look, you can't do this time, mommy don't have that, daddy don't have that right now. You have to understand. It was so dread with me, Ronaldo. My mom only realized that recently. Notice I never used to bring home outing slips. Because I know we didn't have. You didn't have to tell me that.
I got that.
Was it the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. But I know the look on my mom's face.
You understood.
I understood.
From a young age. Where we have an entitled group. Where you have to find it by any means. If mommy had to go and she back, she had to find it. If daddy had lock her neck and bust her
Forget.
chain, we have to find it. Because mommy threatening daddy about you see that stupid sneakers you buy for my son?
Huh.
Make sure and bring the Jordans, eh?
That's madness. The things we have to be forceful about, we are not being forceful about. Demanding that you go to school and you do what you have to do. Do not bring this particular grade when I know you have potential to do it.
So we have a lot of children who go to school and look nice. But it's not in the bag.
Exactly.
They can never remember to bring a pen. The booklets
But
have...
They seem well pressed.
Yeah, they look nice. They look nice. You could see parents spend their money in sending them
to school.
But that in itself is not education.
Yep.
Are we raising a generation that is less resilient? 3420081. And I'm saying that because I realize the British now is considering in lowering the voting age to allow for 16-year-olds to be involved in politics and democracy. Britain, London is saying that if we really want full participation, then we need to expose the even younger children to how decisions are made and let them have a appreciation of society and how decisions are made and the consequences of... We can't hide those things from them.
Yeah.
Because at least they feel the minister have a bag of money home or the prime minister have a bank like a tank where money does come out from. Everybody owes you. You hear them with it in these communities, in these societies. Somebody told them that somebody owed them. Somebody owes you a job. Somebody owes you a house. Somebody owe you a sneaker. Somebody owe you. And to get it, you will kill. You will steal. And you will take. Because somebody owes you. Are we raising children and a generation that, without regard for life, what value is yours?
Absolutely.
Why not take your life?
Absolutely.
That little 13-year-old boy, why not kill him? Life is wherever. It's a wherever life.
Anything is anything.
Anything is anything. The number to call is 342-081-4665-391. We have time for one more caller. Are we raising children, our generation is less furtive and confident, and their confidence is affected by social media and what they read and what people write, so they're confused.
It's sad. It's
what
really
will
sad.
cause a 13-year-old boy to stab two other 12-year-olds? What will cause that 18-year-old boy and the others to beat up that 14-year-old because he threw water on them? And what will cause that 18-year-old dropout trans to shoot a 12, 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 12-year-old girl? That's a lot of rage. That's a lot of determination.
You're adults at 18.
Yeah.
You are an adult. You made that decision as the more responsible person to do that.
But we have 18-year-olds in the school system.
And
an 18-year-old hasn't gone anywhere. You ain't going nowhere in life. But you have the determination to take life.
Take a life.
And take multiple lives as well. Acts of cowardice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What type of generation are we raising? Or are they raising themselves? Are they really raising themselves?
Very good question.
I can't remember being so angry in school.
Even
Nothing
if
that a
you're
little
angry-
pie wouldn't solve.
Yeah, but even if you're angry, if you're vexed with your mother, you dare not slam that door.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be angry inside. If you got depressed, you might get licks for being depressed. How the hell you could be there? That was a sin too.
Better don't let your mother even hear your mother.
You can't be depressed. But what type of entitled children are we raising? So entitled that they feel that they're entitled to take your life and the life of others. Well, I was vexed. Caller can't even take your call because we're on 20 seconds before the end of the program.
But point a note, especially now in this season, point a note, ladies and gentlemen.
We must do better. For society to improve, we must do better. And we must not hide the realities of life to those who will have to face it thereafter. Join us tomorrow on the Third Empire.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
It's the last lap at the Review Tent this Wednesday, 11th February at 8 p.m. with Ladies Night, 2 persons on 1 ticket. Admission $350. Then this Thursday, 12th and Friday, 13th February at 8 p.m. It's the Calypso Review Tent Pre-Valentine's Night Shows. Admission $200 with Sugar Aloes, Pink Panther, Skatey, Devon Steele, Singing Sonia, Michelle Henry, Mighty Diamond, Saint Nick, Nicole Grace, Mace, JD, Fire Tender, Sasha and Moses, Tempo, Nisa, Alana Sinette, Wakaman, Organizer from Barbados, Mighty Gabby, your MCs, Marcus Batiste, Tommy Joseph, and the Chairman. Tickets at the Review 10 box office, SWWTU Hall. This is your opportunity to experience the Calypso Review Tent for 2026 with lots of giveaways, including a barbecue grill. For info, call 797-5850. This is what Calypso is all about.
The Canbulay riots of 1881 changed the future of mass forever. Freed from the chains, our spirits soared high. Now experience the roots of our culture, where rhythm meets resistance, where drama meets history, where song tells the story of a people. Join us for the reenactment of the Canbulay riots. Friday, 13 December from 4 a.m. at Piccadilly Greens, Port of Spain. Canbulay, a powerful tribute to the heritage of Carnival. Free to all. For more information, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call us at 622-1670. This event is proudly presented by the NCC, supported by Mackensen, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines. The tradition, the detail, the dedication. This Carnival, the Masters